How are you?
I'm good.
Can you introduce yourself quickly?
I am Muriel. I'm from Argentina. I'm 32 years old. I've been freelancing online for like 3 years and started my nomadic lifestyle like for good like a year and a half ago. I mainly do video editing, videography, and also copywriting. And I've organized Grind Camp after Mark called me up with a crazy idea.
Yeah, how did he came up with this crazy idea?
Well, I think a lot our experience. I met him last year in Wi-Fi Tribe Nicaragua, and I think he had the idea as a result of that experience where we met, because there were many things that were great about Wi-Fi Tribe, but also the only reason why we met was a little bit serendipity, because I was not actually a customer there. So he wanted to try and get the good things of the model and sort of twist it a little bit to have more diversity. I think that was the main thing.
And what were your expectations before coming here, before doing this thing?
I really wanted to. I'm very interested in community living, and I really wanted to try what happens when you mix different people with similar interests, but still like different moments in their business careers, different moments in their lives, and different background, from skill set to country of origin. And so it was just like we wanted to try, because we already know what happens when you set a price. We already know what happens in that case, because Mark has experienced it several times and I had experienced it once last year. So we wanted to do it a little bit different and include people from other countries, less rich countries, and these kind of things.
What were your goals with Grind Camp? Personal and professional.
Personal was that it happened, like for the thing to happen was the goal. I didn't go much further than that because I couldn't. I was so busy putting it together that I really couldn't like think far ahead. For the thing to happen and for people to learn, like for people to actually leave feeling that they had had a valuable, unique experience. So that was the goal with Grind Camp. And for myself, I like challenges, and I had never done this, obviously, so there was a lot of fun in the challenges for a while. And then at one point, it maybe wasn't that much fun anymore. But that's the way challenges are, right? You start, it's fun, then you're halfway up the mountain and you're tired, but you have to keep going, and then you reach, I don't know if the top, but you reach a spot in the mountain that you really like, and you go like, oh, I'm glad I continued, and stuff like this.
So you think you achieved your goals?
Yes.
And were you afraid of something before, like insecure in some way before it, or
Before Grind Camp?
or doing it?
It was very challenging, so I was always not afraid but certain that I would be making mistakes. So I was just like hoping they wouldn't be that bad. So the truth is, it's so time consuming that there's not much time left for worrying. It's more thinking, should I do this or should I do that, or should I do something that I am not coming up with, and these kind of like challenges. But worried. At one point we were worried that nobody would apply, but that was proved wrong. A lot of people applied. Then we were worried that the people who actually applied wouldn't actually buy the ticket, and that was proved wrong too, because we didn't only have the people who we invited through the application process, but we had a couple people who found out and just flew in like unexpectedly. So those were like temporary fears that I won't have again.
What do you think about the whole experience right now?
I think it is very rich, it is very valuable, and I know it is a lot less enjoyable than I expected, or it can be. I could improve it in the future for it to be more enjoyable for myself. I'm talking about myself. But I also know that growth is not comfortable. When you're growing, it hurts. So I'm okay with it, but I'm also wondering how I should do things so that it's sustainable, because if it were to be the same every time, I just cannot do it. It's just not sustainable for me. So that's my challenge now.
What are you gonna take from Grand Camp?
I could be talking for an hour, and the things that I still haven't realized, because this thing hasn't quite ended yet. No, but it's too much. Experience teaches so much, and this experience was rich and intense. So, conclusions, insights, people that I'm going to keep in touch with, of realizations, knowing myself, some skills. I learned how to stream video, and I had to like do some trials and errors and tests and work around the things that we had not planned for. Just a lot of things. It's too much.
Okay. Do you regret doing something or not doing something?
I think I do, but I'm not ready to pinpoint things clearly, but I mean regret. I'm not being hard on myself because I know this was the first one and I hadn't really done it before, so I expected a lot of burning or a lot of, I don't know, like learning, getting hit. But I cannot be very clear about what I will definitely do differently. But for sure, there's a lot of things. Yes.
What was your favorite day?
My favorite day were a few. Favorite, only one. I think the day that almost the whole group had arrived and we had a barbecue and we ended dancing by the pool. Then some people went into town, but I didn't. But that whole evening, when people were just arriving and everybody was so excited, and we had this big barbecue full of food, it was a happy day.
And the worst day?
There were a few too. The worst. I'm not sure because that's hard. It's more moments. Days have not been even at all. Like during the same day, you could have like so different moments. I don't think I can pick a day. I can pick like the worst moments. The worst moments are every time I was put into a hard position by somebody's actions and somebody's reactions, and me sort of being like this sort of like unexperienced moderator. There were a bunch of times with the naked pool party, when Jeremy like attacked me during a group meeting, things that were like really unpleasant, and they were not very long, but they were like moments. They were not a day for sure.
If you have to describe Grand Camp in one word, what word would it be?
New.
And do you have something to tell to Mark?
So many things, but mainly thank you. Yeah.
And do you have something to tell to the grinders?
To the grinders as a collective, I've told them everything I'm ready to say as of today. We had a long talk, not yesterday but the day before, like all together. So I'm okay with it. I don't have any new content to tell them. Maybe in a few days I will. I don't know.
Okay, beautiful. Thank you.